Today's topic, we're going to share. Many women have this assumption that having muscle is just for the look, and because of that, a lot of women refuse to start lifting weights. Many women think, oh, they don't want to look bulky when they go. If they go to the gym, they're going to become bulky like the rest of the bodybuilders. And I know for sure, for one thing, that muscles have one major function, not just to look nice.
So, right. So why don't you tell us what that major function is?
Muscles in our body help us burn calories fast. So that's why people in their 40s gain weight, because they lose muscle. So even though they're eating the same amount, but they gain weight. So right. The function I know is muscles help. It's like a engine, right? If the engine is strong, then burns more gas. So the food that you eat, the energy need to be burned. So fats, I mean, it's not the same as muscle. So muscle, the more muscles they have, the more calories gets burned.
Right. That's a really good point, because you know, if you look at most people, even including myself, from time to time, if you look at someone in their 20s to 30s, there's a change, and then 30s to 40s, there's a change, 40s to 50s, there's definitely a change. And if you look at the ratio of their body fat to muscles, you're gonna, like, most people don't have a scale or don't even know what a scale exists that reads the body fat and the muscle percentage. But if you were to track someone from those ages, you're going to notice, just like what you said, a major decline in muscle and usually a major incline in fat. So you talking about how having more muscle, lean muscle, not big muscle, especially for the females, but just lean toned, like you, Helen, lean toned functional muscles. Yeah. You know, they look good and they're phenomenal, but they do serve a function. And the more lean muscle you have in your body, the easier it is to keep the body fat off of your skin. So I totally agree with what you're saying.
And then the good thing is I could eat actually more than before and still able to maintain a nice body. So
right. Yeah.
I love muscles, but it's hard to build them now. But still definitely. Doable. Yes.
Definitely. Every age is going to have its challenges. And what I've discovered is, as long as a person understands that it's always that balance of having your nutrition based on your metabolism, functional training that's changing every 2 to 3 months, and your ability to recover through good sleep and relaxation. Oh boy, the ability to stay younger, the ability to stay younger for a much longer period of time is very, very doable. Like right now, you are 52 and a half as today making this recording, right? You look younger at 52 and a half, 52 and a half than you did at 49. When you came in at 49, you look not nothing like this, but you know, one of these days I'm going to have to maybe I'll do it today. I'm not sure based on time, but I should get a video of you from 49 when you started doing. The earliest I've got of you is about 4 or 5 months into your private training, because you would not let me take a video of you at all, just out of pure shyness, which I respect. But back then, you look at about 5 months into your training versus now 3 years of your training. There is a significant difference in the way that your skin looks, the tightness and toneness of both your face and your limbs, your body overall. Just your energy level. Like, you've always had energy, but now you've got you have real energy. You can do a full workout 2-3 times in a day. Yeah. And with your knowledge in eating,
yes,
you can still have the ability to have a lot of energy to do a whole lot of other things that you want to do. Right. You know, gassing out from energy is a rarity for you. And when you gas out from energy, it's usually not until at least after midnight. And yet you can still get up at 7, 8 in the morning and still have a full functioning, lots of energy, well-driven, enjoyable day. That's rare at this age, at the age of 52.
The thing is, the beauty is it's not that hard. It's simple, right? I mean, it's not complicated.
Once a person gets familiar with how it works, Absolutely. And I think part of these videos that we're doing is really just to teach the public and to for all the ladies following you that it's only hard in the beginning when you don't know what you're doing. Like anything, cooking can be hard until you get good at it. Driving, hard until you get good at it. When we're babies, walking is hard until we get good at it. So this just becomes a skill where you just learn how to do it until you get good at it. And thankfully, it's easier today to learn than it was ever before, because now you don't have to fly here and buy a crap ton of books and sit there and study. It's like you can listen or watch these videos while you're going to work, while you're on the SkyTrain, while you're on the bus, while you're sitting in the car. Like you don't have to designate time to study. You just have to listen and learn from the people that are doing it and that are willing to share their good knowledge with you, the public.
Right. So in terms of muscles, what's the fastest way to, I mean, I know so many women, what's the fastest way to get some muscles in my body?
The easiest answer for that can be generic across the board is make sure that your proteins are, and I talk about food first because you got to fuel the engine before you run it, right? You got to make sure that your protein, carbs, your calories overall are designed to sustain your transformation to get you started. Because if you don't have energy, then none of this is possible. It's grueling and most people just don't want to do it, right? I can't blame them. We need energy before we get the ball rolling. After you've gotten your food check, so not eating rabbit food, you got to eat and you got to eat a lot. You got to allow yourself to eat a lot. And you know what? If someone is gaining weight, they're probably eating a lot anyway. For most cases. So this is fun because now you get to learn how to eat lots, but in a way that supports your muscle development, your lean muscle mass, and the lowering of the body fat throughout your entire frame. Once you've got that down pat, then you move into the workouts. And the best workouts to do still, that it's not, there's no secret to it, doing movements that require both lifting and cardiovascular energy combined, whether in, separated within the 30, 40, 50 minute workout session or doing it at the same time where you're having to work the muscle and your cardio at the same time. Those by far are the best burn fat, build lean muscle techniques that are out there in the world. And there's tons of it. Like you can't get enough of it on the internet. So there's a plethora of amazing information out there. Somebody just has to know what to listen to and what works best for them.
So basically just food and workout and then of course and recover. That's it, right?
It's always those three. I mean, they branch off to much more detailed pieces. For the sake of this video, keeping it simple. If someone just learns those three, which you can learn in a day, like it's not super complex stuff. It's just some people like to make it sound complex, and that's fine too. It's their prerogative. But for us, for you and me, you got results and you got them relatively fast because we didn't do any of that extra running around of trying to make it overly complicated, overly scientific. We just looked at the basics. We looked at what basic things can you do to get the maximum results. And now you have gotten really good at doing the basics. Like if somebody follows you around your day-to-day life, they're going to know you're not doing anything Olympian level, super athlete, Greek goddess, like over the top, like, oh my God, this woman should be on like the 1990 version of Gladiator. Like, no, like you're just a regular mother, regular things. And you've learned to eat and live in a way that lets you support your ideal figure while still living your life. There's a couple of things you've cut out here and there and minimized on, but it's not a dramatic change. It's just simple transitions.
The change is actually for the good because, for example, in the past, I would be eating junk food. Junk foods they're not even good for you, right? And they cost money. Instead, stay home and spend extra time preparing the food.
Especially thanks to COVID, yeah.
Yes. So, and also when I adjust my body to healthy cleaning, like there's no space for the unhealthy eating.
Right.
So that's the beauty about it. Like right now, my choices are actually more than before. I can eat anything.
Right. And you do,
Yeah.
right? You just,
Yeah.
the only difference now is that you're a lot more cognizant about what you're eating. So if you eat, let's say, a dessert, a cheesecake or something, you won't have the whole cheesecake. You might have like half or a slice of the cheesecake. And then you'll make sure that you eat good quality food before or after that cheesecake. So the ratio is still very optimal. Ratio as in like, in a day, you'll have 80% good stuff that supports your transformation, your lean muscle mass and lowering the body fat, with maybe 20% of just comfort food that doesn't really do good for you, but it feels good.
Right. Like I never have to feel guilty anymore. Like, versus before. That's the beauty about it.
Right. Because you know how to burn it off, both through workout and through proper eating and through proper sleeping.